Right, Tom, we're on our journey through the 2014-2015 FA Cup run season. We've reached the second round proper. Yeah. Hartlepool away, under the lights, cold night. But it began well before that, didn't it, in terms of the media build-up and everything else?
Yeah, well, you know better than I do, Phil. What the media by that time was a special part of the club, you know. You had some really top people in the media who have actually went on to do massive things.
Yes.
You know, massive things. So the media in the football club is hugely important because it gets the story of the club out there to across the country. So the cup run was special because the media side were special, and things that we did were like a pro club. You know, it was like a pro club. We had people like George Culton to come do pre-match stuff. We had meetings with the national press.
Yes, we did. It was mega coverage, wasn't it? Remember when the Sun came with those Spartans outfits? You remember that?
Some of the stuff that you just keep on thinking about. And remember the Norwegian TV coming to games and that, and parking in the car park for a couple of days. And
he's a nice man.
And they were so excited to be part of Blythe Spartans, and everybody. I remember Matt Riggs doing a bit about the altering game.
Yeah, he did the camera, didn't he?
Yeah, he just walking. It was like a little documentary side of it. And
very, very professional.
It was unbelievable, and I was buzzing when I saw that it came out. You know, sometimes when the hairs in your neck stand up and you just think, he's got talent in him, like he's a hugely talented guy. And the way that
Liverpool FC.
Yeah, he's at Liverpool. But the way he did it just seemed so natural but professional. So you had people like Mark Coolers and vast other guys, yourself, obviously running the whole show. But we just felt special. And I remember thinking, wow, this is brilliant, and I was speaking to a few people I'd been through it before, ex-managers of professional clubs,
right,
and saying make the most of it, because when it finishes.
Yes, very suddenly, and there's a vacuum.
It's like a tap, you turn the tap off and it's gone.
The circus moves on.
And I was thinking, no. And sometimes, lucky enough, I've got a very supportive wife, and our Matty played for it, and our Matty kept us there grounded, and my family kept us grounded, and who I am and where I'm from, I kept us grounded. But you can understand how people believe that there's something special, and you're not. But when you speak to people like George Culton, Henry Winter, and these sort of people,
national journalists,
these are proper people, you know, and credit yourself and the team. It just felt that the media had our backs, you know.
Well, they loved us because you were so accessible.
Yeah.
To everything and anything, you know. If they came by me, I came to you like the ridiculous outfits, smart outfits the Sun had us referred to earlier.
Yeah, but they
all sorts
it.
of stuff.
They
loved it because they had access, and people like Henry Winter would say to me, you know, we don't get access to it. It's a pro club.
I think Damon Mullen still got
time immediately make things happen.
I think Damon Mullen still got the Spartans kit. He must dress up in front of the mirror and everything. He loved it because Damon's been a poser. But you're right. It just felt that the media were driving things, but in a professional way that the players felt special. Without being over the top, it was just very delicate the way it was done, and it was very professional, and it made everybody feel a bit more important, you know. So it was vital. So that's what I'm saying about this one club. We were all together. There was nobody wanted it all for themselves. It was always about the club. It wasn't about individual people. It wasn't about individual people doing their own stuff. It was run in such a professional way that everybody was part of it and everybody supported each other.
Yes, yeah, 100%.
So Hartlepool started off days before that. Obviously, we had press conferences and all that. And,
yes, we
had the cup draw before that. We went to, I think it was the football centre of Manchester for that one. Me and Tony went there, and Warrington were having the same cup run at the same time.
Of course they were, yes. Yeah, there's a story there, I think.
So I had Warrington. So Warrington went every cup draw we won, and they were having a great success. They won the Friday night game against Exeter, I think it was, when they won 1-0. So we got on really well with Warrington. We went to the football centre before, they got the draw. You just felt hugely like privileged to be in a professional centre for a short period of time, you know.
Yeah.
So Hartlepool was just, some of the stuff was unbelievable. But had a pre-match meal for the first time ever.
Ramside Hall.
At Ramside Hall.
Yeah.
Players had, but we started off at the ground. You just felt, when we got on the bus, you just felt it was a special day, you know. It was a cool day, even a blind. It was just from the start, and it was a long day, you know. It was a long day. Went to Ramside Hall, had the bits and bobs. Did interviews at Ramside Hall. Come to the ground. Lovely pitch. It's a lovely ground, Hartlepool.
Yes.
The coldest place in the world.
Really cold.
Absolutely freezing. So we pre-match was unbelievable.
In the dressing room.
They had a I don't know if I've told you this. They had a report on Blythe. I don't think I've ever told you this. That report on Blythe done by one of our ex-managers, Paul Baker, was a Hartlepool legend.
Yes.
And Baker did a little report on
No, I didn't know that.
and highlighting our weaknesses were what Stephen Tubman and Matthew and Wadey get at them to midfield and you win the game. And I looked at it and I got it. I got it. I think Jeff had picked it up somehow. so I'm looking at this and thinking, well, that's probably one of our strongest points in midfield, but never mind if that's how I want to do it. So,
Interesting.
so I've never mentioned it to anybody else, but we had that report and we had a copy report. Their manager was a great guy, but before the game was just unbelievable. Change room was little.
Yeah.
It was, and then we got BBC coming in. Alan Shearer went to do it.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they'd arranged. Asked myself if Shearer to come in at 10:07, I think it was.
Yeah.
To come in and have a word with the lads. And can you remember what he said? When he
I
sat
can
down on the
remember.
bench?
Well, Shearer was such a small changing room.
Yeah, everybody's crunched up.
And Shearer, God almighty, absolute legendary game. And before the game, I got him to sign it. We had the Bonnie Robson logo on the training kit, which was a huge privilege for the club. And Shearer was the honorary president of it. So we got a photograph taken with Shearer, me and Shearer in the kit before the game. Lovely bloke. You know, I loved his time there because he came and he had a squash in between myself and somebody else.
Damon Mullen, maybe?
Yeah, well, probably was I. Yeah, it probably was. Damon trying to get everywhere. But he got between and he was squashed like this. And you could, his shoulders were punched in and all that. But you can tell he loved it. You can tell he was really in the change room environment because he's obviously been.
Yeah.
That's where he lives, isn't it? His change room is his life, you know. And you could feel the buzz, and it was so tight. And he says, in my talk before the game, I said, where did you get your coat from? So that's a lovely coat. He had this lovely coat on. It was a warm coat. And he says, well, if you win, you can have it. And I says, all right. I said, I'll keep it at that. And he says, oh, yeah, just joking on, like, and I had a bit crap on him.
Oh, he had that huge long coat.
He had a huge, beautiful coat. It was.
I remember it now.
I said, go in, can I have the coat?
Corner for it.
Yeah, his crap was brilliant. Crap was brilliant. And he said something like, I can't remember the exact words, but you probably know. You probably remember better than I do.
Well, my recollection is he said, right lads, there's thousands out there wanting to see your players. Millions can be watching you on TV across the world. Yes. Someone out there tonight is going to be a hero. Let that person be from this dressing room.
That's exactly word for word correct. Word for word. And I thought, well, cheesy this. Like,
yeah, everybody sort of just tingled. My word.
And then it just erupted, and we were really excited about it. And then Alan Shoulder.
Yes.
I met Alan Shoulder before.
70s legend Alan Shoulder.
Superstar. You talk about stars and Robbie Dean,
what a class
one of the best players ever played with Blythe. Alan Shoulder's got to be up there with one of the best players ever played with Blythe. You know, what he did after Blythe was unbelievable. But very, very humble bloke. Very humble. So he was doing something for the radio. So I was having a walk around before the game, and he walked by, and I'm thinking, it's Alan Shoulder. Absolute legend. So I said to Alan, will you mind coming come to speak to the players before the game, and he says, "Me? Yeah, you." Alan, it would mean the world to us, to me personally, but to the club.
Yes.
Do you think so? I says, "Oh yeah, Alan would be." So he came in, and it was unbelievable. It was just, I don't know if anybody taped it, or anybody got it. I know there's pictures taken, but such an emotional speech.
He was cracking up actually.
It was a
I
humble.
remember it.
If you humble bloke, didn't
He
believe.
was just so honoured to be invited in. It really got to him emotionally.
Oh, it was great, and it went from being Shiraz High to Alan coming in, and I just felt absolutely. My soul was just. I just felt weak with emotion. It was just like, because in my eyes, when I was a support, well, I am still a supporter, but he was like on a pedestal, He was like up there, but he was so humble, and he didn't believe what he had achieved.
No.
He didn't understand what it meant to people like Jeff, and all the guys in the change room, what it meant to even be in the same company as Alan Shearer. So for him, even the change room was immense for us, and the way he spoke, I think, got the players a bit, because he's, the words that he said were from the heart. It wasn't scripted.
So obviously, genuinely from the heart.
And how he loved the club, and you could tell in everything he said that the club was close to his heart, So it was very, very emotional, and it broke it down a bit. To a bit of responsibility was put back in the players, whereas they felt responsible for him because of what he felt for the club.
Yes.
And it felt like they took it as a personal endeavour to do it for him.
Yes.
And it was.
It was quite.
In my life, I've never come across anything
moving,
like
wasn't it?
No, it was unbelievable. I wish I'd taped it, but I didn't expect to be like that.
No.
So it was one of them times in your life you just think, wow. When you watch a good film, and you just think, wow. Or you hear somebody speak and you just think, wow, that's unbelievable. And it was one of them wow moments that you'll never ever forget, ever. Yeah. So when we went out, we were a little bit down, and then the support was unbelievable. I remember, I'm flashing back at bits, but before the game, we're warming up, and we had to use the Evo Stick red training kits with training tops as part of the deal, and then we had the Bobby Robson stuff underneath that, and we were coming off the park, and I'm sure it was you that said,
yes,
can you turn around and
yes,
we'll take a photograph with the supporters.
If the team and yourself can turn around on the 18-yard box, and
so
we took the supporters.
We took the team, and I've never heard a noise like it.
It was moving light all round. I mean, that was extraordinary.
It was unbelievable.
And we repeated that in the following game.
Yeah, we did.
Croft Park.
And it was just like, the noise and the spirit and the belief from the supporters.
Yes.
And the support, when you know you're supported when you hear that, and you looked in, and my family were there, my wife and daughter were there, everybody's families were there, everybody. You look at the change room and in that stand, and I don't know, I was there a couple of thousand or something, like 1,500, I don't know how many were, but there was a lot there.
Yeah, well, it was packed that age.
And when you looked, and I just saw people, when you're looking at a crowd picture, you think there's that many faces, you can't see them all. But I was looking, I saw my wife, I saw my daughter, I just saw people. I saw John Parker, I saw Tony Parker, I just saw people that I knew.
Well, it's seeing Blythe in that stand, isn't it?
I saw the Canucks lads, and I'm picking people out, and not at the time, but when I'm remembering, I just remember picking people out all the way through, Or Matty's mates were there. I remember Aaron mates were there, and you just think it was just like the time slowed, which is like time stopped.